What's wrong, Zeeks? You look kind of sad. Oh, don't say things like that. You know Riot loves you. They're having trouble figuring out how to balance the right champions for you. It's not your fault. You're a great item. Don't feel like that. You know I love you. Even if Riot didn't love you, I'd always love you. You know that. Come on. Oh, I didn't see you there. Greetings and salutations and welcome to Illegitimate Legends, the show where I like to talk about some of the more unusual League of Legends builds. And today we're taking a look at Tryndamere in the support lane. Yeah, I said it. It's gonna be a thing. Trust me, this actually kind of works and is, in my opinion, hilarious. But, you know, don't take my word for it. Listen on and find out, perhaps. Okay, so Tryndamere is a carry champion, and he can be nothing but. His entire kit, save one aspect, is built around the concept of crit chance, and there's a lot of synergy with critting. There's just a lot there. However, there is one other aspect of Tryndamere which can be utilized with extreme efficiency in, or rather against, an AD carry and support lane, this being his W ability. Informally known as the chicken dance, his W, mocking shout, reduces the attack damage of all enemies in the area, and additionally slows enemies who are fleeing from you. Both of these debuffs last for 4 seconds. The slow is kind of extremely powerful and useful at getting at the people who are trying to get away from your carry murder brawl spree that is Tryndamere. However, very, very few people actually realize the potential in the AD reduction. It is a flat AD reduction starting at 20 damage and increasing by 15 per level to reach a maximum of 80. That is to say that if you get this ability maxed first and you pop it next to an AD carry, they won't have any of their base AD left. At level 9, Caitlyn, a great example of an AD carry, has, let's see, somewhere between 71 and 80 AD. At level 9, you reduce the enemy's AD, and that's both enemies, not just the AD carry. The enemy's AD by 80 points. That's kind of a lot. Now yes, items are going to be taken into account. You will almost never enter a scenario where you completely strip a person of all of their AD. It's extremely rare. But you know what's more threatening than, say, an Ezreal with 13 AD? Things that are more threatening than an Ezreal with 13 AD include any minion, the Little Wraith, the Little Wolf, a Poro snack. I am more threatened by the biscuit that appears in my trinket slot on the Howling Abyss than I am by an Ezreal with 13 AD. And it's even worse for other champions like Ashe and Caitlyn because they don't have as many abilities or as spammable abilities that have AD ratios. Now your AD ratio is completely ruined, but it's still got a base damage. Like Ezreal's still gonna hurt you with his Q, just not as much as he would be. And that's just it. You fix a fight in your favor. That's how Tryndamere works as a support. In the early game, it's exceptionally powerful. Once you've got your mocking shout to level 3 and above, you're removing more than 50% of both enemies' AD, and that fight is fixed for 4 seconds. If you're really clever, you'll also take Exhaust. Exhaust reduces attack speed. I think the current number is 50%, but it fluctuates so wildly that I don't really care. But the important thing is, that's another method of reducing total DPS. Don't double them up though. Wait until one is worn off, then use the other. And that just shreds their potential to hurt you, which can be used both defensively and offensively. It's just extremely painful to be the guy going against a Tryndamere support and suddenly realize that you've got no damage output. There's just none there. You've got no means of dealing your damage. All that you're there for is CC, and guess what? AD carries don't have so much of that. Not that many. And it works against everyone. It's amazing. However, Tryndamere is still a carry champion, and you must play to that aim, and so your item build looks retarded. Sorry if someone's offended by that term, but it is entirely true in this instance. You start with the Relic Shield and rapidly go into Target's Brace. Do not get Face the Mountain, because it's kinda not that useful endgame, and it's better to just stop at that Target's Brace and then move on to new and more interesting things. The new and more interesting things you are interested in are shoes at whichever point you feel is valid, usually second item, but third item is okay. And then get Zeke's Herald, because Zeke's Herald is kind of OP, and I'll talk about that at a later date. After your Zeke's Herald, you then get a Sightstone. Probably don't get a Ruby Sightstone so early, because now is the time when it's starting to hurt you that you don't have much gold. It's still Tryndamere, and you kind of want to be rich, and at this point, you need to start doing damage. So immediately begin transitioning your build. Don't sell off items yet, but transition your playstyle to farm, and then start getting things like an Infinity Edge and working the base items of your Tryndamere build, your Infinity Edge, your Phantom Dancer, your Static Shiv if you're that way inclined. Getting all those items in the last 3 and then selling off the items in the first 3 that you don't really need to keep building up that damage potential. It's kind of the way you want to be playing it to become that Tryndamere murder ball. Never, however, sell your Sightstone unless someone else in your team has one. Almost never is there a reason in which you can sacrifice vision in terms of in favor of damage. It's just not a smart decision. Also, I thoroughly recommend not selling the Zeke's Herald, but there is a time and a place for my fawning over that delicious banner, and now is not it. Now is the time for Tryndamere. It's only a support in the early game. That's all it is, and it's not a support in the same way that any other support is winning their game with crowd controls. At most, at the end game, you reduce the enemy team's total AD by 400 points, but their AD carry is so strong that, and crit chance is kind of an issue, that they're not going to feel it as dramatically in the endgame. It's more like a useful bonus that any Tryndamere brings to the party and no one really cares about. It's only really good levels 9 to 13. Probably actually levels 5 to 13, but that might be a stretch. After that, you need to be doing regular Tryndamere stuff, and so you still need somebody else in your party to bring the crowd controls out the arse. So if you've got, say, a Nautilus jungle, that's recommended. You can't do all of it yourself. You're just not that guy. It's quite effective. Sadly, I haven't been able to play it as much as I would like because Dark Souls 2 happened, and Age of Wonders happened, and Arcage happened, and all of my friends are off doing other things. I like League of Legends still, but it's kind of hard to play it with pugs, particularly if you're trying to be Tryndamere as a support. It works though, and I would recommend that you give it a try. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Good night.